In Jerusalem, religious groups and law enforcement are coordinating for holding the liturgies of Holy Week. This follows an incident on Palm Sunday that kept the Latin Patriarchate of Jerusalem and the Custos of the Holy Land from entering the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Today, we're happy to welcome to our program Sami El Yousef, Chief Executive Officer for the Latin Patriarchate of Jerusalem. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, there was a press conference today on the situation. Can you tell us what was discussed?
The main discussion was related to the incident that took place on Palm Sunday involving the Patriarch of Jerusalem and the Custos as well. And that was to clarify basically what went on and the agreements that took place thereafter that would allow the faithful, mostly clergy, to have the normal liturgies during Holy Week in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
And also now, with everything that is happening, there was a joint statement yesterday. The Latin Patriarchate and the Custody of the Holy Land said the Easter liturgies will proceed at the Holy Sepulchre. What will be different this year given the current conflict in the Middle East?
I think what is clearly different, especially in the old city of Jerusalem, is the lack of the presence of pilgrims. The old city of Jerusalem is a very, very sad city in a sense, especially during the high holidays, the Easter season, during which we expect thousands upon thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of pilgrims to fill the narrow streets of the old city. And this year is a little bit different also because all three religions had successive feasts, Ramadan for the Muslims, the Passover, which would start in a couple of days for the Jews, and Easter for Christians. And everyone wants to be in Jerusalem during the religious holidays. Unfortunately, everyone was denied to be in Jerusalem. Primarily, the old city of Jerusalem is like a ghost town during this time since the beginning of the war, primarily because there are no public shelters inside the old city of Jerusalem, given its historical context, basically, and nature. And that is why all shops are not allowed to open. The economy has brought to a complete standstill in the old city of Jerusalem, unlike outside the walls. Life is normal for the most part outside of the old city walls, but yet inside the old city walls, everything has come to a standstill. The liturgies will take place in the various churches, especially in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, but with a very, very limited number of clergy participating, under 50. That would be the maximum, basically. And you have a lot of clergy who really want to be there during these liturgical celebrations. And thus the faithful will have to watch online for the most part or celebrate in other churches scattered around the old city and outside of the old city.
When looking back on the Gaza war and, of course, COVID, as you mentioned, it is very unfortunate from a religious and spiritual standpoint that pilgrims can't be in the Holy Land. And then, of course, from an economic standpoint for those who rely on that for their positions. Sami El Yousef, thank you so much.
You're most welcome.